And here's a couple things that I want to point out. If you guys are sauna shopping, you see where that tripod is? That's where we were thinking of putting it over here. Except the view would be great looking out, because this sauna we want to take that into consideration. We're crawling up on these janky old stools, trying to get at this control panel. How do you eat an elephant? That's it. We've got issues that need tissues. All right, so right here we've got, I think I call this like the dead zone, Frankie.
Right, because it don't get used.
It don't get used, it's ugly, and it's an eyesore. From the windows, when you look down, you try to look over this to look out.
Right.
So one of the things I always warn people about is, you know, I always have people when they're designing a landscape, they want to have this area way off out in the distance, and then you know, a fire pit, and they're gonna think they're gonna go visit it, and nobody ever uses it.
I use it the first few times, and that's it.
That's it. So I always say, bring everything you want as close as you want, but to stop thinking about the design from the point of where you're at, but from where you will see the design the most, from where you spend the most time. Meaning, a lot of people create the design, if they want a fire pit way out there, they put it out there, and then they design it with the thought of them sitting around the fire pit.
Right.
But they see it more often from the windows. So anytime I'm trying to design something, I go into the house and I go, where are you going to be looking out the most?
Right.
It's weigh the amount of time that you're going to be at the feature versus the amount of time that you'll see the feature. It's a completely different mind frame. So we're gonna try to take that into consideration and completely gut this area and start all over again. And I think we're gonna break this down into components. We wanna create a focal point in this zone that is a reason to be there, okay? But it also, we want it to look good from the windows. So there's two things we're trying to accomplish there.
Make it look like it was designed for whatever we're gonna put here.
Yes, agreed. And one of the other challenges is the stairs are just jacked at this point.
Right.
Now we could reuse these stairs. I could rebuild them. In fact, I have. In fact, just recently we added these 2 steps on because we put the hot tub in place, but the hot tub kind of threw everything out of whack, if you ask me. But now we need to fix up the areas around it, because the hot tub, unbeknownst to us, has all of its control panels on this side, meaning we're crawling up on these janky old stools trying to get at this control panel and balancing. So we gotta fix this zone, but then from here we look down into that zone, so we want it to look good from here. We want it to look good from the windows. And the only reason I'm wash, rinsing, and repeating this to you guys is if you're a contractor and you're going out to a customer's house, you have to educate the customer on these nuances, because they will be so much more happy. The customer, they don't get it. And maybe some of you guys that haven't been in the business as long don't understand it yet. But you really want to optimize it for the focal points of where you'll see it the most. We've also got some stuff going on up here that we should be addressing later on. So we want to entirely dress this area up, and we're going to take you guys along for the ride. We'll probably break this down into a number of different videos. Let's go take a look at what we got going on up here, Frankie.
Sure.
So this is the deck Frankie and I built. How many years ago, Frankie?
Mike was still there.
Long time ago. So the deck definitely needs some love. The area needs some love. I feed my crows right here, so it looks a little jacked, but the viewpoint will be from here down, the windows down, and from there down. So we want to address it up so that it looks good from all those 3 angles. Plus, when we're down there, we want it to also look like it was designed with intent. That's a lot of talking, Frankie. Sea tree. I'm at Sea-Tree Sauna, you guys. I just came up to Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And Sea-Tree is actually technically Finnish for cedar.
Correct.
And this is Derek. He is one of the craftsmen. So, Derek, let's go over and take a look at what you got. So I've waited about a year and a half.
Okay.
It's not like you guys are that back ordered. I wasn't ready in my space. I didn't have this whole thing lined up. I knew what I wanted, and I wanted one of your guys' sauna because I met Jeff at a trade show.
Sure.
And I walked into one of these and I immediately fell in love. I was like, if I'm going to have a personal sauna for myself,
Yeah.
I want this kind of sauna because to me it reflects traditional old world craftsmanship.
Sure.
But it's portable and there's no building code.
Right.
Let's take a look at
Sure.
these guys. These are guys, phenomenal guys. But let's take a look at what we say portable. Derek, will you show me what we're talking about with this thing?
So you want me to spin it around?
Yeah, spin her around. Now, these saunas come with the stands, right? Because I just want to clear this up. When a person buys one, they don't have to create their own. It's not going to roll all over. You have it set up so that you can get it set right in place.
So when we deliver, we level it
Okay.
and with blocks
Yep.
and get it all level, and then let the clients do the landscaping around it.
So you actually, most of the time, do the delivery and installation yourself.
Correct.
That's why I threw him for a loop and I said, no, I want to deliver them.
Right.
You were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, I got trailers. I want to do that. I want to do this. I know I'm not really qualified to do this,
Right.
but I won't get any experience trying this out to really get a feel for it if I don't just bite the bullet and
Sure.
go for it.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Okay, so now what size is this one, Derek?
This is a 6x8,
Okay,
so 6 foot
6
diameter.
8 foot long. Now this one has the porch. Now
Correct.
these are different options, and this one has a square window in the back.
Right. So the interior is a 6 foot sauna
Okay.
with a 2 foot porch.
Okay.
So total length is 8 feet.
8 foot. Now let's take a look. So this is the one that I'm picking up right here.
Correct.
So and so you have metal roof options as well, but now this one is a little bit longer.
Correct. So you got an 8 foot sauna and a 2 foot porch, so it's 10 foot total.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's a couple things that I want to point out. If you guys are sauna shopping, this one is a little different in a few ways. Okay? We've got the half moon window, so we've got this gigantic view out of this thing, so it doesn't feel like you're actually in a cave.
Right.
And you've got different stove options. This is where it gets to be pretty interesting. Now, in this case, we went with the rear mounted stove. And let's show them what we mean.
Outside fed.
Outside fed?
Yeah.
Is that the correct
how it is,
terminology?
yeah.
Okay. So everything gets loaded from the back. And here's something for you guys to consider. If you are in the market for buying a sauna and you feed it from the inside, your ashes fall on the inside,
Correct.
your sparks fall on the inside,
Yep.
everything falls on the inside. And that's okay as long as you're ready for that. But with this, I don't
You
have
gotta
to
worry about it.
I got to worry about none of it.
And also, like, clients with COPD don't want to have that smoke
Yes.
from the inside fed, so
Yes.
this is a great option for
Yep.
people that got to be aware of, you know.
Now you've actually taken it into consideration when you actually build these things. Will you crack that door for me one more time, Derek? When you build these things, and pull that floor panel for me if you don't mind. So you have a built-in clean out in the saunas.
Correct. A removable floor, so
Uh-huh.
we can clean. There's drains down there to.
So you can get you got drainage holes so you can wash it right out.
Yep.
and get all of your get yourself your floor cleaned back up. Now, also another thing to take into consideration is the finish on the inside of the sauna. You guys have no finish.
Right.
So there's no fumes.
No chemicals, yeah.
No chemicals, no fumes. You're not breathing anything in.
Yep.
And also you have an interesting detail right there.
Right, these eave boards kick out the roof line so the water doesn't drip on the sauna.
Right. Think about it like this. If this came straight down, your water's going to run right over the sauna, and eventually it's going to make it discolored.
Yeah.
So now 6x8, 6x6.
Correct.
And we've got smaller ones. So you don't have to have a big one. And you got, smaller windows. So we're talking about an economy size sauna here. So it doesn't have to break the bank to get into saunas.
And these smaller ones, we only offer electric stoves right now.
Okay.
It's smaller and they hang on the wall and there's not much space in there. So.
Okay. So you have options. You have electric options. You have different wood burning options as well.
Yep.
And then metal roof as an option.
Yep. Steel, you can do any color you want. We just got to order it.
And you don't have to have a porch. If you don't want one, you don't have. And if you're a taller guy, here's one without a porch.
Right.
So let's just take a quick look at this. Side by each porch, no porch. And less windows. So this would be less expensive.
So our standard.
Okay.
2 diamonds are standard.
That's your normal features. Yep.
Yep.
What really attracted to me, let's go inside. I want to show these guys the taller one.
Yeah.
What really attracted me was just the build quality. When I seen Jeff at the show,
Yeah.
I legitimately fell in love with it, and I legitimately hounded him because I wanted this thing. I wanted to make sure that I had this thing exactly dialed in, and he helped me. He helped me figure every detail out from stem to stern.
Yeah.
Because I was a newbie when it came to actually understanding the intricacies of saunas. Now, will you go stand in that one for me real quick, Derek? Derek's about the same size I am. So if you're a taller guy like my buddy Josh, the Stony Ridge farmer, he could fit in this sauna.
Yeah.
A taller guy's going to want the 7-footer, and you've got multiple height benches in here as well. So you sit on the top one, put your feet on the bottom one, or stick the kids on the bottom one.
There you go.
Okay.
So we do outdoor showers, chairs.
Oh,
Tables.
we got some chairs right
Yeah.
here. Let's take a look at these.
Yeah, we can pull it out here if you want. This rocking chairs.
That is a nice rocking chair.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on buying one of those, but I think I'm gonna. If I got room on my truck, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. It's gonna finish the look.
Right. Right.
It's gonna. Yeah. That is good. That is gorgeous. And outdoor shower.
Yeah. If you want to go take a look at that.
Absolutely, I want to look at this. Okay, so what's your website while we're walking? How do guys find out more information from you guys? What's the easiest way to contact you or find you?
CTrueBarrelSaunas.com.
CTreeBarrelSaunas.com.
Correct.
So this is an outdoor shower. I apologize.
And we just set it up to have a hole down to turn the water on. You'll hook that on a screw.
That is so perfect. You can just hook it right up to your garden hose, and when you get out of your sauna, shock yourself with the cold water, because that actually completes the entire process.
Right.
I hope you guys are excited as I am about this, because I have waited so long for this. It just, now that I've actually seen my completed one in person, so I have an infrared one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's a great sauna. I love that infrared sauna, absolutely. But it's so different than a wood burning sauna.
Right.
It's a different feel, it's a different sensation, and it's a different healing capacity as well. It's
Very
not,
much so.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like one is better than another. It's different.
Yes.
Peak. Yes. Okay, here's one with a peak. So
Another option. A little overhang to keep the water off the door, and you know, a little space to.
So you can pretty much go to your website and dial in exactly what you'd want.
Yep, we got all the options on there, check boxes, and the price for the upgrade. So.
Awesome working with these Sea-Tree Sauna guys. Phenomenal folks. They build a phenomenal product. They do. Like I said, I fell in love with it the very first time I seen it. All right, let's get on to the next phase of this. All right, guys, before we load this thing up, I'm gonna jump in here because here are 5 things after doing my research that I realized the sauna industry does not want you to know. Number 1, watch out for saunas that have been stained and sealed on the inside, because those can release toxic gases. So once you climb into that thing and start heating it up, you can start breathing in all of those fumes. Number 2, watch out for cheap heaters. They're the engine of the sauna, and a cheap heater can absolutely ruin your experience. You want to make sure that the heater you're getting is appropriately sized for that sauna, but it is also completely sealed. The last thing you want to do is crawl into this little tiny hot box and then have this leaky stove billowing with fumes all over on the inside of the sauna. You've got to have a really good heater so that you can have a really good sauna experience. Number 3, the choice of wood that the sauna is made out of is absolutely critical. You want a sauna grade wood choice. Good sauna choices are cedar, aspen, hemlock, wood that has been dried and chosen specifically for a sauna. Number 4, a wood burner versus electrical. But if you do go with electrical, make sure that you get a really good electrical unit. This is where you can have issues with your insurance company, because if you have a sauna fire and the rest of your house goes up along with the sauna and they trace it to that sauna, it may not be covered. You've got to be very careful to make sure that you understand whether your insurance is going to cover it and whether that sauna, if you're going with an electrical heater, is up to snuff and up to code, and it's going to provide a safe environment for you guys. Remember, you're adding electricity and water in the sauna, so you want to make sure that those things don't combine. And last but not least is, do you want a traditional sauna or do you want an infrared sauna? Now, you heard me earlier say that I have an infrared sauna, and I freaking love that infrared sauna. It has absolutely changed my life. But there is nothing that compares to a traditional wood-fired sauna. The intensity of crawling into a wood-fired sauna and pouring water on it and having that whoosh of steam come up, it hits you so different than anything else. That's all I can say. They're both boxes of heat, but how you feel from those boxes of heat are completely different. They're not going to make you feel the same. So do some research and figure out, do you want to go the traditional route or do you want to go with an infrared sauna? And I'm not going to tell you one is better than the other. As a user of both, I used my traditional sauna last night, I used my infrared sauna today, and I will tell you, there are definite clear advantages to each one. And some of those advantages do cross over, but not all of them. They are different enough to make it worth figuring out which one is right for you. And just please be careful. There's so many rip-off artists and con men out there. Have the ability to go to where the sauna is. Look at how they make it. Talk to the people like I did today. It goes a long way. These Sea-Tree guys I've talked to for a long time. They are a good group of guys. The guys that built my infrared sauna, same thing. Good folks. Just have this conversation and make sure you're comfortable before you pull the trigger. But those are the 5 main things that you need to understand and address before you pull the trigger on buying a new sauna, because you want to make sure that what you're getting is going to make you as happy and healthy as you possibly can for as long as possible. But now let's get this thing loaded up and get on to the rest of this adventure.
How's it going, man?
Good, Ryan. How are you, man?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What are you reviewing today?
Saunas.
Saunas?
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, I'm designing
somewhere?
a landscape around one.
Okay. Whereabouts?
I got that one from Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
It's a good unit. I fell in love with it. I found it at a trade show. Fell in love with it.
Okay. Super cool. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Hey, thank you for stopping by and saying hi, dude.
Safe travel.
Yep. I was sitting in a contractor's office, and we were just beginning a massive commercial project. My job was all of the exterior work. His job was to build the building, the infrastructure, the utilities, the pavement, everything. And he had one sign. His office was as ugly as it gets, but he had one sign, and it said, "How do you eat an elephant?" And I'm sitting in this office thinking, this is the weirdest flipping thing ever. He has 0 decorations in his office, nothing to show his personality but a black and white sign that says, "How do you eat an elephant?" That's it. And it was 1 bite at a time. And when you slow down and you think, that summed up his entire existence. Because if you got to build like something 50 times the size of this house and all of the infrastructure to go with it, you have to break it down into its simplest components. Now we have the sauna is there, because this is how this is going to tie in. The sauna is here. We're good. But now, even on little jobs, and now I consider this to be kind of a little job. I don't consider there's anything big, nothing fancy, but it has enough details to it that you need to separate them out. So whenever we do a job out on a customer's site, we always break these things down into its most manageable form. And so for us, the first thing is not installing the sauna. We needed it here as a visual indicator of where we're aiming to. But we've got it here. That's not the first thing we've got to do. The first thing we've got to do is the most challenging thing. We want to get that out of the way. And that's what Frankie is working on right now. How's this going, Frank?
All right.
So we're going to get the deck done first. So we're going to shoot a video on building this deck first and foremost. Once we have that in, then we're going to refinish that deck. We'll show you that process. Then we're going to mount the stairs, or not the stairs. Well, the stairs will be part of the deck building video. Then we're going to get the sauna installed. And then, Frankie, I need your guys' opinion. Have you thought anymore? We were talking about doing a rope bridge. What do you think of that, Frankie?
I think it'd be pretty cool.
You like that idea?
Yeah.
So this would be just something we do for fun. Now, my wife doesn't want it, but I could always send her away for a couple days on a trip. You guys wonder why I get myself in trouble? I could send her away for a few days on a trip and we could install it. And one of the things, and I'd like to hear your opinion, should we do this or something different? We just want to do something we've never done before. Something that's a challenge and fun. But this deck will go this way. And then we were thinking about extending a rope bridge from here to that deck and tying them together. Unless you have a better idea. Because I don't know, that's the only thing we were thinking. Might be kind of fun to do a rope bridge. Or, if you have a suggestion, something else. Let me know in the comments below. But that's it for this video. We've got everything dialed in. We've got our game plan together. Now we are building it because we can. We're not doing this for a customer. We're doing it for me, which means flexibility, which means we can experiment. We can try things that we can't try, because that's what I use my property for, is the experiment grounds before I'll ever go out and do anything for anybody else. In the next video, we'll talk about this retaining wall, because that whole retaining wall there, all of this was a massive experiment that I did 20 years ago that absolutely crushed it, absolutely worked better than anybody's ever done before. A retaining wall that's decades old, that has never moved, that is not reinforced with geogrid, that is built on a different standard than what anybody else has done because of the super tight conditions. We couldn't. And I had other jobs where I couldn't get in and do them. So I had to experiment with a new method and see how well it worked before I would confidently go out and do it for other people. And long story short, it worked better than I ever thought. We'll cover what I did with this wall and what we're doing differently with this deck that you should not do on any project that you do. You should not do this on any project you do. That's in a different video coming up, and I'm not here to tease you all. We'll just make it the very next video, or one of them. Just depends on how long it takes us to get this deck done, and if we stop having emergencies other places. But that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed going along for the ride, hanging out, going up north, Grand Rapids, checking out the different saunas with Sea-Tree. Those guys are phenomenal craftsmen. I fell in love with them 18 months ago. When I first seen them, I just didn't have a place to put this thing, and it finally just dawned on me. But that's it for this one. God bless. Go get them, you guys. And remember, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Don't get overwhelmed by big projects. Break them down into smaller components and take each component one step at a time, and pretty soon you'll climb them stairs. Pretty soon you'll eat that elephant. God bless. Go get them, you guys. And thank you for all your support.